If you remember a couple of videos back, I was showing you I was having some problems with my power bar. It's been going on for a while where the thing just cuts out completely, and I thought, okay, I got a bad power bar. I was wrong. Check this one out. I get donations from viewers, and occasionally I get something that has me jumping for joy, and this one has me jumping for joy. Let's open it together. Actually, I already know what it is, because I already opened it. And I was doing the happy dance when I opened it, but I figured I would show you guys what comes out of the package here, because this is something that you're likely never going to see again. It's from Sony, and guess what? It's a new, brand new, sealed, in the bag, factory sealed, never opened, the blue screwdriver that I copped from Sony when I left. That my now 23-year-old brain dead daughter thought it would be great to pry batteries out of something with it, and she broke it. Now I have a new one. So let's open it together. Now I'm going to have to find something to repair that will actually take advantage of this. Even though I did buy some Japanese number 1, number 0, 00, 000, etc. This is a joke. There's no torque on this, right? Here's the original bit. Bit for precision machine screw. And it was sold for the WMFX 101. Factory sealed. This is the first time it's been opened. It goes into the screwdriver like that, and it locks in. Where's the catch? It's stiff to set it the first time. But it will set. It just takes a bit of work to set it. And once it's set, it's set. There we go. I think it's in place. Make sure it's not going to slip. Okay, now it's in place. There we go. I have a new, brand new, look at that, not as much as a mark on it. You can tell this one here had lots and lots and lots of use. And this one will also get lots of use. Anyway, let's get on with our next repair. Remember, I've been complaining lately that my power bar has been going off on its own, and I thought I had a bad power bar. Well, guess what? It's not the power bar. Watch. It's the electrical plug. The plug itself has failed. This is the second such plug that has failed at my place. I don't know whether I got a bad batch or what the heck happened, but this plug is no good. This was installed by the electrician when the house was built. Wait for it. Look at the back of the plug when it comes out. The other one that failed at my place is, I just noticed it in my laundry room. The washer just shut off. It's a new washer too. In fact, I got complaints from other people in the house, namely my son, who's doing his wash, and my daughter when she came home to do some wash, because she doesn't live at the house, but she came home to do some wash last week because the washer at her apartment was broken. And she puts her laundry in, and then she's screaming that the thing's still full of water, and it's completely shut down. And I determined that the problem was the plug, because I just had to touch it, just like that, and it would cut out. See, it's plugged in all the way, but you can see the light here is out. Maybe can you see it? I don't know if you guys can see it now. Can you see the light on there? There, the light on the power bar. See? So, I say I don't know whether it's a bad batch. This was installed at the same time the house was built. House was built in 2001. So, or 2002. 2002. Yeah, 2002. So, I don't know whether I got a bad batch of plugs or not, but that's two now that have failed. And they're not plugs that are used a lot. Like, the power bars in here have been plugged in for years. I don't unplug them. There's 2 power bars plugged in, and that's it. So, let's change the plug. So I've got a new plug here. This is just a standard, what's it, Leviton? Anyway, standard wall plug. We're going to change this one out. Before I do it, I'm going to shut off the power, because I can shut the power off on this one. And safety first, right? So let me go and kick off the breaker. Okay, now everything is dead, including my little monitor that displays the time. Now I can begin working on this bad outlet down here. Let me get the camera out of the way so that I can actually work on this thing. So first I'll remove the power bar that's in the way. Should just lift out of here. Nothing's easy, is it? There we go. Unplug the 2 outlets that are broken, or the 2 cords from the broken outlet. And then this is pretty straightforward. Just remove the screws. Should get my cordless driver here for the screws that are Phillips anyway. Remove the plate, and we'll take a look at this. I just robbed the outlet that I was using for my dim bulb tester. So we'll put that outlet, we'll put this dead one up on the dim bulb tester, because I don't use that often. This hasn't been out since the electrician that wired the place put it in. So it'll be interesting to see how good a job he did. Oh, look at this. He's wired it as a dual plug. The reason for that is because originally this was a dual outlet. It's not anymore, but originally this was set up for 2 circuits of 120, right? So on 2 breakers, like a kitchen plug, 2 different circuits. Now it doesn't. That's not the way it's connected anymore. I got rid of that years ago. I didn't need 240 volts at each of my outlets. I have, in my workshop or in my garage, I have 1 circuit, which is for the lights. That's why the lights are still on in here. And 2 plugs on the other side of the garage down low, and the plug on the ceiling, which is used for the garage door opener. And oh, my other lights I can turn on so that I can get more light in here and see what I'm doing. Then there was 2 circuits for 4 bench plugs, 2 on the far wall, like next to me to the camera left, as you can say, which I've got like my central vac is plugged into there, and I think I got a monitor plugged into there, but nothing really else. I don't really use them for much. And then 2 on this wall, this one and 1 just to the left of this. The one to the left of it, I've got my monitor and my viewfinder monitor plugged in, and scope and stuff is plugged into that one. And on this one here, I just have the 2 power bars for all of the stuff that deals with the bench, like my isolation transformer and other things, my stereo and so forth here. But they put 2 circuits in, and I don't need 2 circuits, you know. I mean, really, I'm never going to draw even 15 amps, never mind needing 30. And I did need the breaker, because I needed to put another outlet in for my car, my electric car charger. So I connected this up just as 1 circuit back at the panel. But that's why he did this. So we have our neutral and 2 hots in this case, but we're only going to use one of them. Well, we're going to hook both of them up, but because I want to leave it so that I could, if I needed to, put this back as 2 circuits. Basically, I just need to get another breaker to do that. I just reused one of the 2 breakers for my car. I needed a double breaker. So normally on a normal outlet, both of these are obviously connected together. To isolate the 2 plugs so that you can have 2 separate circuits, you have to break this little tab off, as has been done on this one. So we just break this tab off here. Like that. And now the 2 screws are isolated so that I can put 2 separate circuits. So red wire to one, black wire to the other, and the white wire over to the common neutral. And it's always the side with the short blade, okay, for polarity. The longer blade, this is on North American plugs. Obviously anybody in Europe that's watching this is laughing and saying our plugs don't look like that. Of course they don't. But for polarized plugs in North America, the longer of the 2 blades is neutral, which is connected to ground back at the main panel, but there is a separate ground screw, but the neutral is grounded at the main panel, and the neutral is grounded to the main house ground at the panel. It's also grounded at the utility poles on every pole that there's a transformer, and in BC it's every, I'm going to say 300 meters. I should know this because I have to answer that question on a test. Every year I have to do an electrical safety test at work. And I have to know that 300, I think it's 300 meters. Now watch me be wrong. 400 meters in Alberta and 300 meters in BC, I believe. But anyway, I'll have to check my notes. Anyway, let's get the new plug installed and get the power back on. So just a reverse of what we did before. Put the 2 screws around. For the 2 hot leads. Torque the screws down, hook up the neutral. And see, the neutral could be broken as well here if you actually have 2 completely separate circuits. In this case it's a 3 conductor, but in some cases they may actually have 2 runs of 2 conductor wire. So in that case, if you actually have 2 separate, which is I think probably a better way to do it, is to have 2 separate runs, 2 black and 2 white, and then you would break the tab here as well to isolate the 2 neutrals, although they wouldn't have to be, but you could if they were on a separate wire. In this case, it's a common neutral. And of course the ground wire. Make sure that these morettes are all good and tight, which they all are. Okay, time to stuff the wires back into the box. Making sure that the ground wire, which is bare, is as far away from the live side as possible so that it doesn't kink when you're putting the electrical block or electrical plug back in. It doesn't kink and make contact, otherwise you'll have sparks. Well, that's a little bit better. Yeah, the other one was getting kind of loose. And I say it's weird because that plug was never removed. Like it was feeling how stiff the prongs are going into this one compared to what came out of there. It's like this old plug here. If I plug something into it, this is really loose. This one's a little tighter, but this one's really loose, and which makes me wonder why this plug is as loose as it is, because it's not like it's had a lot of stuff plugged into it. It's, as I say, it just basically had that power bar plugged in, and that power bar has been plugged into that thing since the house was built. And it was a new plug when the place was built. Anyway, let's power the circuit back up. See if anything goes kaboom when I power it up. I'm thinking that bastard electrician put a used plug. Look at that. You can see it's been installed before and cut off. Son of a... There you go. That's how to change an outlet. Be safe, everyone. Turn off the power before working on any electronics. Now my power doesn't go off when I wiggle the plug. And in case you're wondering, yes, the dead plug did find its way back into service for my current limiter, my light bulb. I just taped over the bottom one because it's not connected. First of all, it's only connected to this one, but that's the dead one. So I just taped over it. If I need to use my current limiter, I'll just have to plug it into that side. It's a recycle, right? Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.